Yo, what's up guys? Sam here. So if 2019 was any indication for the company, 2020 is going to be a huge year for Tesla, probably their biggest year yet for a number of reasons. There's new battery technology on the way. The Model Y is shipping out to customers. The Tesla Semi limited production is starting. The Tesla Roadster is supposed to be coming, and the Model S and the Model X are said to be getting long-awaited plaid mode refreshes. So I want to go over everything we're expected to see, run down just how big of a year Tesla is said to be having, and convince you, if you're not convinced already, that this company is going to keep doing pretty well. And first up on this list here is new battery technology. So right now the Model 3 battery is good for 500,000 miles before it needs to be replaced, Tesla claims. I mean, that's already, 200,000-300,000 more than an ICE or gas car can get. So if they're going to be doubling that, which they said that they are, you might be able to get 1 million miles out of your next Tesla battery. Obviously, to do this, there's going to have to be some pretty big chemical structure upgrades for the battery because nothing we have right now could ever last that long. And the speculation for what exactly Tesla's been working on is pretty wild. Rumors range from a glass battery to a solid state battery to something else and different. Graphite has been sort of talked about as an alternative to lithium that's a little bit different. Out of all the things on this list, this is what I'm most excited about just because I still hear a lot of people saying, well, I still have an ICE car because I want to road trip properly. I don't want to have to charge up all the time. I want to go far. Well, if they can certify it for 1 million miles and 500 or 600 miles of range, there's really not going to be a question if ICE or EVs are the future. I think you and I are watching this channel, we know the answer. Next up is the Tesla Model Y. This car has been insanely hyped and for good reason. It is the follow-up to the Model 3, just as the Model X is a bigger version of the Model S. The Model Y is a bigger version of the Model 3 by about 10%. And it's got really great specs, a really great price, and as the crossover section of the auto industry is, I believe, the largest, Tesla feels pretty good about entering the segment. Tesla has confirmed that they're ahead of schedule on the Model Y as well, which are words that I think you and I probably never thought would be coming out of Tesla's mouth, but they say that they are really ahead of where they thought they would be and that the Model Y will be shipping out in this year for sure. Now, I believe initially they said fall 2020, but based on some filings, some VIN numbers popping up, customers could actually start getting their Model Ys as soon as February or March of this year. And because it is part of a new assembly and production process, Tesla's going to be able to pump these out really quickly and possibly keep up with demand rather than having orders backlog for months and months. Now, if you're looking for something a bit more premium, obviously Tesla offers the Model S and the Model X. Both of these incredibly popular back in the day, but have sort of gotten outpaced by new technologies in the Model 3 and the Model Y. And for a minute now, there's been some question about why Tesla has left such dated technology in those vehicles, but focused everything on the Model 3. Over the past few years, Tesla has touched the exterior and the underlying technology, like the battery, a lot. They've tweaked it, they've updated it. From that perspective, it's a great car to buy, but the interior is still so far behind the Model 3 and the Model Y that it's deterred a lot of people from purchasing those vehicles in the first place. Well, a couple of years ago, Electric leaked this interior refresh, which looked honestly a little bit nicer to me than the Model 3 interior, which would be perfect for a vehicle like this. And finally, in this year of 2020, Tesla's already confirmed that a new upgrade called Plaid for the Model S and X is on the way. It's the first time they'll be introducing 3 motors into a Tesla, so it's a tri-motor setup rather than a dual motor, which is likely going to kick the price up a little bit. But I don't think that this is going to be the time where Tesla just touches the powertrain again and makes it more efficient. I think we will see an interior refresh as well, because I'm not exactly sure if those vehicle lines can afford to lose another cycle of no interior changes. This will also likely be dropping in fall or winter of 2020, so you will have to wait a little bit for these models. Tesla has not given us any updates on how quickly these are coming along, but I would definitely bet later rather than sooner for the S and X refresh, but I guarantee it will finally be coming this year. Now we get to have some fun stepping it up a little bit. So are any of you truck drivers out there, the Tesla Semi is not going into mass production like the Model Y in 2020, but Tesla has confirmed to reservation holders that in limited production, Tesla Semis will be rolling out to a highway near you. This is Tesla's effort to make truck driving safer, more efficient, and most importantly, cheaper. They claim this is going to be essentially the cheapest way to transport things. And large questions still remain about how it's going to perform when it has a lot of weight on the truck, or how you're exactly going to recharge these absolutely gigantic batteries. They're going to be able to consistently pull 80,000 pounds. Obviously, the Tesla Semi doesn't really have an impact on a lot of us, except maybe making the roads a little bit safer out there. But for the Tesla Semi, it is an important part of the electrification process. And when you get these things on the road, it is going to, I believe, fundamentally change the way that logistic companies run. Now, wrapping things up, I think is a product that the entire world is waiting to see, because Tesla's specs for this new machine are literally unheard of. Nobody's ever done it before. You know I'm talking about the Tesla Roadster, because when this was first unveiled, people really couldn't believe what they were reading. Over 250 miles an hour, less than 2 seconds for a 0 to 60, only costing $250,000. I mean, that's a lot of money, but for a supercar like this, it probably should be valued closer to $500,000 or $600,000. But it's not just going to be like, your standard supercar. It's gonna have all the Tesla features you love, a great interior, a beautiful exterior, and some really fun stuff that you just can't get anywhere else. One of those things being the SpaceX package, which is literally going to add cold air thrusters on the back of this vehicle, or potentially anywhere, that will make the car float and fly. That's what Elon's promising, that you can push something in any direction if you have enough force with these cold air thrusters. It sounds like madness, but again, Tesla was sort of a company founded on that exact principle. This is by far the coolest Tesla out there. I like the Cybertruck a lot, but that's still not coming until middle to late of next year in 2021, so that is why that's not on the list. But this car, it's a dream, it's pretty sweet, and I'm looking forward to seeing what Tesla can do here. I really hope they completely obliterate all the specs they've already put out there. So let me know if any of you have pre-ordered this one down below. Now, also on the docket for this year, Tesla claims is, full self-driving, are close to that. And we've got the preview out where it detects stoplights and stop signs and shows us road markings more clearly, but there's still no word whether or not that will actually be launching before the end of the year, because a lot of the stuff is there, a lot needs work. We'll see if that happens. That's probably the thing on this list I have the least confidence in coming this year, maybe even more so than the Tesla Roadster, just because, full autonomy is a big concept. So that's all for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Drop a like if you did, hit subscribe for more, and I'll see all of you in my next video.